How art thou, my impatience? It is I, Andrew the Android Kolaski here. I am sharing this on social media so you can come in and engage with me. Erie asked me, what the hell is going on with your face? Your face looks really up, well, if you don't know, I take a lot of walks around the neighborhood. And I put on a lot of sunscreen and on my face too. So if you can see my face, the sunscreen is irritating my face a little bit. Or maybe it's the sun. But I'm trying to put on the moisturizing sunscreen. I'm trying to put on the sunscreen that's supposedly good for the face, but I don't know what. It's like a real catch-22. Do I not put on sunscreen, or do I put on sunscreen that irritates my face? Which is the right call? I mean, that's the $1 million question here. Obviously, I don't want skin cancer. Obviously, I want my skin to be nice and healthy. The $1 million question is, do I put on the sunscreen that, irritates the face, or do I put on the sunscreen that, do I put on no sunscreen at all? I guess I could go back to the dermatologist. I just went to the dermatologist a few weeks ago. You know what I mean? You feel me? You catch me? You feel my drift? Or am I being obtuse? For some reason, it doesn't really notify people when I go live anymore. So I don't know, what to do about that. Because it takes a while for my inpatients to come filing in. But I hope you will come filing in. Because I very much enjoy when you engage with me. Rusty asks, did I block you, bro? I don't think I would ever block Rusty. I mean, it would take a lot. Rusty would have to get a lot of chair shots in the head and get concussion syndrome and completely change his personality for me to block him. I wouldn't block you, Rusty. So to answer your question, no, I didn't block you. You're one of the few people who is pretty safe from a block. You're one of the few people that's pretty... Rusty says, then answer my previous question. For whatever reason, your previous question didn't get posted. I don't know if the filter filtered it out or what the story is, but I cannot see your previous question. Maybe try censoring some bad words. Try using some sort of... the YouTube censored you for whatever reason. I didn't do it. Don't blame me. I didn't do it. Rusty says, my buddy Danny Alvarez just... Who the fuck is Danny Alvarez? Okay, Rusty has a buddy, but he says he just sang the Shawn Michaels theme song. Can I do it too? So we say, okay, yeah, I can sing the Shawn Michaels theme song. Here we go. I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I got the looks that drive the girls wild. I got the moves that really move them. I send shivers up and down their spines. I'm just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Boy toy. I make them hot. I make them shiver. Their knees get weak whenever I'm around. They hear me talk. They see me walk. I make them feel like they're on cloud nine. I'm just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Boy toy. Eat your heart out, girls. Hands off the merchandise. That's good. How art thou? What did you think, Rusty? Was that a good rendition of Sexy Boy? Did you give that a yay or a nay? Kid Wizard says that was quite something. He says 9 out of 11. He gave that a 9 out of 11. Thank you. I'm getting hungry, but me madre ain't home. I want my fucking dinner. Major Vindy says, not bad, Andrew, not bad. Thank you. Somebody asks me, how is life, buddy? I guess it's all right. Rusty asks, have you gotten tangerine beef recently? I guess I could ask me madre to stop at Quang Ming and pick me up some tangerine beef. I mean, that's always an idea. So I'm starting my program. Yeah, no, the tangerine chicken is always in your head. I mean, it's pretty pricey. It's kind of unhealthy. I mean, obviously Chinese food isn't the healthiest, but it tastes really good, and I've been craving it for a few days, maybe weeks now. So I want to definitely try it soon, but it has to be the right circumstance. I got to be really hungry. I don't know if tonight's the night I get my tangerine chicken or tangerine beef, but maybe I will. So I start my program. Somebody asks me, have I ever heard of The Truman Show? I'm vaguely familiar with it, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, Kid Wizard? I don't know too much about it, but I've heard people talk about. Can you elaborate? What do you think my social media is like The Truman Show? What would you like to say about The Truman Show? It's a good movie. Okay. Fair enough. I've never seen the movie, but I hear a lot of people talking about it recently. So he says Jim Carrey is great in the movie The Truman Show. Somebody says Jim Carrey is Canadian. I actually did not know that. I did not know Jim Carrey was Canadian. You learn something new every day. I knew he had a pretty terrible past, but I did not know he was Canadian. I liked Jim Carrey in the movie Liar Liar. I liked Jim Carrey in the movie. Well, I know my parents liked him in the movie Me, Myself, and Irene. I know some people liked him in Ace Ventura Pet. I thought he was good in Sonic as the supervillain Dr. Robotnik or Dr. Eggman. I thought he was good. I mean, he's meant to play. Jim Carrey. What else is he in? He's in Batman. I know he didn't get along with Tommy Lee Jones, and they hated each other. All right. So, I guess, I mean, somebody says, what can you do about your skin? So, your skin, I guess the options here are I could either not walk outside, I could not put sunscreen on, I could, yeah, it's hard to say. Somebody asked me how do I feel about cucumbers? That's an interesting question. Cucumbers are all right. Do you like cucumbers, Rusty? I do not mind cucumbers. I like cucumbers in a salad. I like eating cucumbers. Yeah, I'm not opposed to cucumbers. I like pickles too. I like cucumbers. I like pickles. They're both pretty good. They're both pretty good. Yeah, I got no qualms against cucumbers and pickles. Is qualms even a word? Let's Google if qualms is a word. So I got no qualms against cucumbers. QUAM. What does qualms mean? It means then or as. What is the meaning of qualms? An uneasy feeling, or he has no qualms about lying. A sudden feeling of apprehensiveness, uneasiness. I don't know if I used it correctly. So he says, "Yeah, it's a word. I guess I got no qualms about lying, or not lying. Eating cucumbers. I got no qualms about eating cucumbers." So he says, "Can you add a little more of New York to the in qualms? How would you add New York to the? Oh, we got a little. Let's see what's going on. La 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 la. Anybody want me to do more songs? Yay or nay? Songs, yay or nay? Somebody says, "What are your thoughts on the show Scooby Doo?" To be honest with you, I know the show. Like, it was a bunch of hippies hanging out with a kid. It seems like a druggy show, in my opinion, but it's a kid's show. Um, Really, I mean, I watched it in my childhood a few times, but not a lot. Not really. I don't really have strong opinions on the show Scooby Doo. I guess it's good it exists. It's entertaining enough. I was not obsessed with Scooby Doo. Rusty wants me to do Edge. All right. You think you know me. You think you know me. You will never know me. You are lost and scared. You know what I allow you to know. You know what I allow you to know. You're just a puppet. You think you know me. You think you know me. He wants to do Chris Benoit now. And there's no holding me back. I'm not driven by fear. I'm just driven by anger, and you're under attack. I'm just climbing up slowly. I'm the one and only. The tease, the ways, your lie. the stumble in your mind, the fear, the hope inside. They hid there. But whatever you need, ever you got, ever you want, I'll take back again. Whatever you need, ever you got, ever you want, I'll take back again. I'm for real. I've got toothless aggression. I've got neurological damage from too many chair shots to the head and diving headbutts. I'm intense. I'm like a Marine, and there's no holding me back. I'm not driven by fear. I'm just driven by anger, and you're under attack. I'm just climbing up slowly. I'm the one and only. The tease, the ways you lie, the stumble in your mind, the fear, the hope. Yeah, okay, that's enough. That's enough of Benoit. Whatever yeah. Oh my God, he's hit his child with a steel chair. No, that's... Yeah, nobody likes a child murderer and a lady murderer. But it's a good song to perform, I guess. Nobody likes people who kill children. Somebody says, it's funny you can laugh at that. Well, I didn't know him personally. I didn't know Chris Benoit personally. I mean, there's definitely... I mean, it's not funny. I mean, it's horrible he killed a woman and a child. But it's kind of shocking. Somebody says, I mean, did the chair shots and diving headbutts drive him insane? Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're ever in a situation where you're around somebody you're constantly fighting with, do a lot of people, fantasize about, like the Amityville Horror House or the Massapequa Horror House? Maybe, I mean, like let's say, like, could one night, could somebody just go off the deep end and go like Benoit? Most likely not. Most people are in control. Most people, but let's say somebody gets really angry, really emotional. Somebody's screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming at them. I mean, a lot of people can see how somebody might just snap one day, or maybe I'm projecting. I don't know. I don't condone hurting innocent people. I don't condone, murder or anything like that. But, have you ever been in a situation where you're not getting shown love and people are screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming at you, and, maybe you have neurological damage, and maybe you're schizoaffective, and, you're trying to control yourself, but people aren't, leaving you alone, and you're like, just leave me alone. I'm going to react. And, sometimes you might do something and you realize, oh shit, I've gone too far. Like for example, when I punch a hole in the wall, you know what I mean? Like I realized, oh shit, this could potentially wind up in a psychiatric hospitalization because I've gotten aggressive and I've caused damage to property. And, thankfully no human being gets hurt, but it shows you're unstable and you're dangerous. And, I think the joke about Chris Benoit is, I think everybody can, I don't know his situation with his wife. But I mean, everybody can relate to, getting screamed at over and over and over again, getting, being mentally unstable, and just one night going too far, being in a home that's like a powder keg, and one night just going off, because, and it probably won't happen, but, maybe it will, Some, I think that's why it's if somebody's screaming at you, if you see something's going south real quickly, if you see there's potential for, violence in a situation, whether it's the destruction of a wall or a car or something like that, go for a walk. Go to the gym, work out at the gym. Get out of the house. Because you could do something you regret that leads to incarceration or something bad. So just get out of the house, go for a walk. Sometimes people can see that this is quickly becoming a powder keg, and don't let it reach the point of no return. Sometimes things reach the point of no return, and once you reach the point of no return, there's no coming back from that. Really, you've gone too far, and you don't want to reach that point. I have no problems with my family tonight for that. My family's treating me pretty nice tonight. I'm getting along with my mother, father, and even stepfather today. Everything's going well. But there's been situations in the past where, things could have potentially gone south. And they didn't. Or they did. I mean, there's situations where they did go south. But they didn't go that badly south. They didn't go Benoit south. That's like as bad as it can get, really. That's like that's like dramatized as bad as it can possibly get. That's like worst case scenario. Yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of people, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I guess the point is control your emotions. If you're fighting with somebody and you see you're not in control and you're getting angry and they're abusing you, or, just get out of there. Just go for a walk. Don't stay in the situation, because you're responsible for your reactions to screaming. You're responsible for your reactions to somebody's, baiting and, trying to peeve you. You're responsible for it. If you lash out and destroy a wall, well, you're going to be probably spending the night in the hospital, if not weeks. And you don't want to spend weeks in the hospital. Somebody says, not everybody can empathize with this. Some people are living in happy homes with, peace and stability. Some people are living in environments where it's not fight or flight constantly. They say not everybody can relate to this kind of dynamic, unfortunately. Some people can, but not everybody can. So don't speak for everyone. Don't project onto everyone. Somebody says there was a cockroach on top of the fridge. I don't think so. I mean, I guess it's possible. Let's stand on the chair. Let me take a look. No, I don't see anything. But if you're right, then that's gross. I don't think I have cockroaches in here. I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong. I didn't see anything. Somebody says, "Are you sure there was no cockroach?" Check. Yeah, I don't see anything, man. Somebody says it's probably behind your cabinets. I hope you're wrong because cockroaches are annoying to get rid of. I hope you're absolutely wrong. Somebody says, if there's a cockroach in your dirty apartment, it's your mother's fault. Blame everything on your mother. It's all your madre's fault. All right. All right. We got 5 people in the house. Anybody got any last questions here? Gaga's meat suit says, how's the rock star life treating you? How am I living a rock star life? Gaga's meat suit. I ain't living a rock star life. Somebody says, how do you feel about trying some THC edibles? Well, I think marijuana is legal, but I don't think it's good for people with schizoaffective. Gaga's meat suit says, you rock out all day, every day. Nick asks, do you live with your parents? Yes, I do, Nick. Yes, I do. I'm at my parents' apartment. I live with my mother and stepfather. Somebody says, oh, they keep you in the basement. It's not literally the basement, but it's an apartment attached to their house. Or like a basement area attached to their house. A metaphorical basement. Yeah, I guess so. I'm going to get some more water here. Somebody says, can you do a Gollum impression? Well, from Lord of the Rings. I'm not really too familiar with Lord of the Rings, but I can give it a try. I know it's Gollum. My precious. You know, Nick says, so your parents try to keep you hidden from their normal life. That's messed up. They try to hide you from society. Somebody says marijuana isn't a drug and it can screw you up. I was talking to some people in mental health recovery groups, fresh out of the psychiatric hospital, who tried marijuana and they had problems with marijuana and it caused paranoia. I don't think marijuana is good for people with schizophrenia. So, yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, you know, to stable people. I mean, don't project marijuana is for everybody. I know maybe it's good for you, maybe it works for you, but maybe you don't have schizophrenia, or even if you do have schizophrenia and it works for you, maybe it doesn't work for everyone. Everybody's different. Everybody's brain chemistry is different. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It's important to keep that in mind. Nick says marijuana can help so many people. Nick says he has schizoaffective disorder and it quiets the delusions and hallucinations. Well, if I were to listen to my mother, she would lead me to believe marijuana is not good for schizoaffective disorder. I remember my stepfather many years ago, and I don't think he meant any harm by this, but he said, "Stop all your medication and just smoke marijuana. That should help you." And my mom's like, well, "What the fuck? What type of suggestion is that?" And I don't think he intended the suggestion to be problematic, but it was just an ignorant comment. I think it was just an ignorant comment. I don't think he said. Yeah, he said basically what you need is to just chill out and smoke marijuana. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like really bad advice. So he says marijuana helps with delusions. Keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to give. Erie asks, "What's going on with your skin? It looks red and bumpy." Well, I explained it earlier in the live stream. I'm outside a lot in the sun, and I put on sunscreen on my face. I'll show you the sunscreen I put on my face. It's this one. And supposedly it's good for the face. And it's hydrating. But it irritates the face. So I don't know. I mean, I'm outside a lot. I'm an outdoorsy kind of person. So I don't know whether or not to put sunscreen on or just abstain from sunscreen. I'm outside every day. So what would you do? I just went to the dermatologist. So what would you do? Erie asks, does it hurt? It seems dry. Maybe I need to put some moisturizer on it. It seems dry and irritated. It doesn't hurt necessarily. Erie says, it looks like acne. Maybe. All right. I know we're getting some crickets in the house. I mean, anybody got any last questions for me, or should I hit the old dusty trail? I think I Rusty says, "Do you like pudding?" Yeah, I like some pudding, Rusty. I like pudding now and then. Rusty says, "Do an hour. Do an hour." Well, I like chocolate pudding. Yeah, I'm kind of traumatized with pudding because they gave you like rice pudding and tapioca pudding and chocolate pudding in the psychiatric hospital a lot. You know, that you get a lot of pudding with your food. Like, all right, you get a little slab of meat and some shitty prison food in the psych ward with a little thing of pudding. So you don't want to go there. Somebody says they hide the medication in the pudding. Never eat the pudding in the psych ward. Yeah, maybe. So he says, "Are you a fan of tapioca pudding?" It's all right. It's it. Tapioca pudding's it. Should I go somewhere tonight? Where can I go? What can I do? I don't know. Rusty says, "No, don't go anywhere or do anything tonight. Just sit inside and post on social media." Okay. All right, Rusty, I think I'm going to hit the old dusty trail because kind of run out of things to talk about. I appreciate you wanting to see me. So Rusty says, "Don't go anywhere unless you're going to go to Crumble a Cookie and get a..." Has Rusty lost his mind? Erie says, "I'm going to Oak Lawn. She's meeting up with some friends at the casino tonight. Have fun at the casino." All right, peace out, my impatience.